It's on Yopaj, who, excluding game one, is here with another unconventional mid.
Arrow will hit, but yeah, they will not commit to it. Bottom lane, Gabbi. It's a Morphling with the attribute shift. Stun is ready once again in 2 seconds. We'll eat a tango, get himself through.
And the stun, and Gabbi's still on the run. Here with just 150 health, so harassed up pretty heavily.
Step lively now.
This is an interesting combo. I know the panel was talking about the Mirana Spirit Breaker, a combo that is completely different from the one they had in the previous game where they had Shadow Demon and Oracle both giving saves.
Denied.
Here, you've got a more aggressive, offensive support dude.
Not too much synergy between these two heroes, relying on Arrow to hit during the charge, Greater Bash, something that's hard to execute. Spirit Breaker uses one more attack, pushes him out of the arrow. Yeah, kind of hard one, but I want to see how the mid lane's gonna go. So far, Yopaj doing really well for CS 4 denies against Kunkka. Once you start getting levels on Kunkka, it should be much easier. The constant harassment from the Tidebringer is something that Gyro could struggle a bit against. Has bottle queued up, and they're going for a bit of a more magic damage build. Has that null talisman for the mana region. I would not be surprised if you see like E-Blade. Alright, bottom lane. I was just talking about the mid, was not paying attention. I hope Vepas caught that one on the camera. Something that should definitely not happen. Like your Morphling getting a kill with just attribute shift, not having any abilities.
Should never happen.
Or, well, I guess Febby God was just bashing them. Yeah.
I think the thing is, for me at least, I know you're talking about that mid matchup, but that's what interests me the most too. Like, I don't want to say it's equivalent, but it is certainly as exciting as when you see like Ori Samus, two very proficient mids just going at it, and that's what we've seen out of both these games between Yopaj and Armel. Like, it's been very back and forth.
For sure. And we can see some disconnect between Armel and Febby here. Armel uses Torrent before Spirit Breaker arrives. This one will hit. So a lot of harassment. Yet another charge.
Can't stop it. On Yopaj going under the tower. Rocket barrage onto Febby, taking a lot of damage, but over bottom. Debile dies again, and that's with Gabbi by himself.
He might get another one. One more hit.
Second kill.
Ooh, Fairy Fire.
Can't believe it. And they were trying to play aggressive.
I don't know
on
how's that possible. You have Boots of Speed. How do you die to Morphling who's alone?
They tried to play aggressive on him. They pushed up, wanted to get a kill on a Gabbi, and all of a sudden he's able to turn it around. Where, I mean, I would say that shouldn't happen, especially without Febby in the lane.
Well, if you asked me before, I would say that's impossible 100%, but somehow they managed to find a way. This is why Dota is such a beautiful game, you know? Anything can happen. Now Morphling is level 4 at the top, almost has enough money to buy a Morphling mask. Like, this bottom lane is just done.
Top lane, kpii taking a lot of damage from Natsumi, and this bottom lane is going to be a problem, and now what do you do with that? As Natsumi's getting pressured pretty hard by the boars as well as the Mirana, he might just drop. Slowed up, one more shot, there's the kill.
Double kill. Fairy Fire is available, so they need to be careful about that one. One more.
Yeah, leap under the tower, he's got it. Debile makes the rotation, the tower, the stun, it misses. Tim's though still gone. Finally a kill for Neon, but already a 1k lead for TNC.
So your carry died, and look what's happening on the bottom lane. PlayHard can't play that lane because Morphling attack speed is just way too high. He would deny everything. He hits 3 times while you hit once. And now Morphling having the freest lane of his lifetime probably.
Talked about how it's already a hard matchup for the Gyrocopter up mid and now, or over mid, and now it's just, well, you're also getting Morphling very easy. You say it's supposed to be a hard matchup, but Jaunuel come over, the little pops. They'll land this rocket barrage onto Armel and get the kill.
Pick
the
up
combination between
the two is matchups work. We're talking about 1 versus 1. That's when the heroes rotate and kill you. Gabbi once again gets the kill with the Febby. Febby's all over the place with his Spirit Breaker.
It's not how you never see the UFC do the tail.
Yeah, my coach is gonna fight with me.
That might have helped Connor if Dennis was able to fight with him up against Dustin Poirier, but too bad. So now Deville as well as Jaunuel up towards top and looking to make a move here. There's been some aggression coming out from Neon in the top lane. They've used that Inkswell multiple times to follow up the Wraith Fire Blast from the Wraith King to put some pressure on the KP, and well, it ended up being counterintuitive when you end up losing the Wraith King as well as the Grimstroke. They were looking and potentially trying to make something happen. Charge coming out, and that gets stopped as Febby shows up mid. Yopaj now level 6 to the level 4 of Armel.
Your Admiral is on
This
board.
is going fantastically for Yopaj.
You can't have it!
They need to gank this Morphling as soon as possible. Nyx Assassin needs to get his level 6, just burst him down. So this is something that TNC needs to be careful about. You know, get the Sentry Ward in his lane to be able to see this type of gank coming out. Because if he doesn't get the chain locked, he doesn't die. Like, this Morphling will have attribute shift maxed out in the next minute.
Room shows up bottom, fall down, and shoot for Armel. Trying to get the torrent off, and now the rocket hits. They've got the impale, Inkswell, Yopaj, another kill on Armel. The Morphling's having a really good time, but well, the Kunkka, it's not going as well as maybe we would have thought. Certainly not going close to as well.
There's constantly one or two heroes on the mid lane. Now we see Charge on PlayHard. Let's see if he decides to use the Swashbuckle straight away, and he's gone.
Could have potentially helped it, but better safe than sorry. Tim's KP up top, having a good time together. Being said, KP only about 8 net worth there with PlayHard about equal, and that's surprising considering PlayHard's just killed off a couple. You got a couple of kills up to
Man, Gabbi is just going ham. This Pangolier, no mercy.
Through bottom, homing missile chasing, not as fast. The best homing missile cosmetic in the game. Tims will spot each other inside the river. Arrow hits. Tims just putting some damage onto the Grimstroke. I don't think he should get this kill, but now the charge is coming out. We'll turn this around, and he's got to leap to the low ground. His embrace just doesn't
Easy
catch
money.
it.
Plus 10 for Tims, killing that Phantom. Torrent on the mid lane. Well hit him. Both is available.
Got the X, call down Gabbi. Gabbi's made the rotation. This is not going to be in time from the dire side. Yopaj, he's killed as 3 heroes make their way over towards mid. They actually have Spirit Breaker's Courier following the Nyx Assassin to keep vision on him. Double damage showing bottom. PlayHard will be the one who picks that up.
Gabbi not just dominating the bottom lane, he also TPs with the Morphling to secure a kill on a Gyrocopter. Wraith King, casual gloves, going straight into Radiance. Might decide to switch things up, you know, if he feels like he can get away with the Hand of Midas.
Yeah. Now, Gabbi came mid. And when we talked about it in the previous game, when Natsumi came over with the Medusa, we felt it was a crutch to his game.
Because nothing happened after that.
Yeah. But there, they get the kill on a Yopaj, and that feels way better.
Sure. And he got the last hit as well on top of that. No one's farming his lane. Rocket on the mid.
Nice. Stun hits. Also gets on Armel. He's been disarmed. The Rolling Thunder coming through towards a whip. Armel gets the chase. Right over onto Armel. And they'll get the kill onto the Kunkka.
Febby decides to just TP out. Save bottom. Natsumi. TP to the bottom lane. Morphling took the tower. Man, Morphling is staying 1,300 gold ahead of Wraith King right now.
Really far ahead, and Wraith King's gonna have to try and make that up with a Radiance. Is Radiance the call that you make when you're fighting from behind?
Radiant's middle tower is under
I'm
attack.
still fine with Hand of Midas.
Radiant
Has a lot of gold.
Hits fall down there. That's gonna be a dead Spirit Breaker. Maybe taken out again with a leap forward from Tim. On a 2 torrent misses Primal Roar that hits on the Pangolier. They got Armel coming in. The land out the Ghost Ship 2. Down goes PlayHard.
Blood in the way.
Debil and Yopaj can only just watch.
TNC understands that both of their supports are kind of limited on the damage right now. Where you have like Mirana, Arrow, and like there's no follow-up to that. Starbstorm only level 1, Spirit is mostly just for the vision and the initial damage. Well, they get another one.
Inkswell onto the Kunkka, but nothing more to really work with as he was all alone. 2K lead for TNC. KP getting some space to himself, extending that lead over his counterpart of Pangolier. Of course, Morphling up quite a bit.
Dire are scanning.
We'll see how this ends up progressing as, you know, you've got a Morphling going into the Manta first.
My question is, you know, I just focus on the important stuff. Ocean Heart drop for TNC. Does Kunkka take it? He's the one controlling the oceans, or does Morph take it? He is the ocean.
Dire's top
I guess if you're taking
tower
the
is
ocean
under
heart
attack.
from Kunkka, you're saying you're taking the heart out of the Morphling.
Radiant's bottom tower
is the
is under attack.
He is the Davy Jones.
Never been to his locker before. More fancy gyro, and now we
Maybe they've got the calls out as well as the actor. Better coming up from PlayHard, bouncing around and back again. They look to kill off Armel. They're finding something loose. Getting one. The soul by Dota, Febby as well as the Morph. They got the primal war. That gets Yopaj, locks him up, kills him off. Impale hits. Morphling got Gabbi dead, and Febby and KP, and they respond.
Radiant's
Stroke
bottom
comes in. They get the kill on
tower is under
Jaunuel.
attack.
Debil on the run, leap forward, Starstorm, and another shot from Tim's. 3 heroes down the side of Neon. PlayHard gets away, but the entire time Wraith King is
Radiant's
just
bottom
farming
tower
up.
is under
These
attack.
fights are just straight up 4 versus 5. Wraith King has no intentions of joining any until he gets the Radiance. So yeah, Neon a bit too aggressive, you know, playing underneath tier 2 towers. I love the build up Pangolier, just the bottle, you know, magic wand, raindrop to be as tanky as possible at this point, and going into Spirit Vessel against the Morphling, it's kind of a must-have item. One of the best ones, for me at least.
It lasts so long. That feels equivalent to the Skywrath prediction one. In terms of like arrow hitting on Yopaj. Heal moving forward, and there is Sentry down. Vendetta, but the Impale misses. Missile on the Gabbi and land, but nothing more. Febby charging in, looking for Debil. It's the Spike Carapace to pop, but they won't follow that up with anything. And again, the entire time Natsumi is just looking to get towards that Radiance. Only 150 gold out Sacred Relic. Gyro rules E-Blade Force Step. Interesting build coming from Yopaj.
Just wants to have some extra mana regen, and I guess Yul Scepter very good, dodging the charge, and the Kunkka's combo, most importantly. So yeah, E-Blade, we've seen that before. I'm not gonna say a standard build on your mid gyro, but Dota has changed, has evolved over the time, and the spellcasters are really popular right now. E-Blade also got a buff. Eagle Song costs 200 gold less, so very viable item at the moment.
Morphling is the Yasha and going at. Interesting move. Axe this early? What are you looking for if you pick up this axe?
Invisibility.
Breaker all day long, double charge, lowers the cooldown.
No, it's just unfair.
Shadows take us.
Increasing the speed and lowering the cooldown. Axe onto Yopaj coming in, but there's the power of that Yules already. They've got the ulti from Febby hitting onto the gyro. They're trying to land a torrent as well, but now the response from Neon. See how big it can be.
Your admiral is on board.
He waveforms onto the high ground, but Armel gets hit by the homing this Armel coming through. And we're gonna chase this Kunkka. Is there any response from TNC? He's forward into this Nyx Assassin, but they're gonna kill an Armel. Gabbi moving forward. I don't know if Nyx Assassin is the And best
Radiant's
call.
middle tower is under attack.
And once again, Wraith King not joining. He is just slowly farming.
Yes.
I mean, it's not slow. He actually caught up with the Morphling. What am I saying? Like, there was almost 1,500 gold difference between these two.
Dyer's
And because
middle
Morphling is
tower
joining
is under
fights and
attack.
raking just a
Radiant's middle
natural
tower is
faster
under
farmer
attack.
with his skellies.
Just the 2k lead. Okay, double radiance queued up for me. Sure.
Yeah, the more burn. Just get 6 radiance.
Feel like the sun. Sunburn. Axe for the Morphling. Could be
You're
next.
all washed
Blade of
up.
Alacrity pick up first.
Radiant's
Seems
middle
to be
tower
the case
has
with
fallen.
many of these Blade of Alacrity. Potential item to dip out in.
What if Gyro is like, yeah, I'm not gonna give away Morphling flat cannon, so I will not skill it at all. It's a possibility, you know. I've seen. I'll hold that thought for a bit later.
Yopaj came up in the air with the turret. They've got themselves the soul mine. That's going to shove this Beastmaster over onto the Spirit Breaker. They get the kill on Yopaj. Deville comes over.
Step
They've
lively
also
now.
used that
Your
rolling thunder to
admiral
pick up
is
the double damage on PlayHard. Down into the hits, but they've moved forward. They get over the Nix Assassin. They look over not too much. They've got themselves the call down. That's going to land combo 2. KP on the run. Febby is 2. They get the shot of KP, and now they're looking forward to 8-12 pops. That stuns up Yopaj. They look over and find the kill of Gabbi. 3 heroes dead as Febby falls into the grave.
Finally, we can see the power of Wraith King. He joins with the first Radiance buyback, actually 2 buybacks committed from Skem and Yopaj.
And the dust. Team's in trouble. Wraith Blast again blowing up Team.
They got so much out of this fight. Even though they committed 2 buybacks, 1 on 4. So yeah,
Radiant's middle
Gyro
tower
actually
is
gets a
under
flat
attack.
cannon, but if you are not actually like dealing the damage, because I was trying to say, you know, when Earthshaker Morph was very popular, I've seen Earthshakers not getting enemy Earthshakers that were playing against Morphling not getting more than 1 point in the enchant totem. Because like you don't need that extra damage, you just want it to have it for stun, and you do not want to give it away.
See if he holds the
Radiant's
points.
middle tower is under
Will
attack.
be level 12, so he's putting his point in the call down regardless. But come down to what we see at level 15. Blink Dagger being built here for the Wraith
Radiant
King
are
of
scanning.
Natsumi, who's sitting top of the net worth.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
he is overtaken the net worth lead over Gabbi, who has died a couple of times.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Maybe a
attack.
little bit overconfident in his positioning for the moment. Still close. And Yopaj kind of recovering to the point where he's close to the Kunkka as well. He's got that Yules and like the E-Blade. 2. Gets that stack. Look over to Beal as well as Jaunuel. Coming in as Tranquils. Okay. About it. Not building into anything just yet. Only level 9. See what he's
He's
able
just
to
being
accomplish.
modest, you know. I have 60 gold and I do not want to queue up Aghanim Scepter and Hex.
Very strange. Good one to have.
One of the better tier 1 items for sure. Smoke. Nyx Assassin does not have Vendetta Yeti. Yeti. Okay, ready, but yeah. It's an easy jump onto Morphling. Something Morphling doesn't like to play.
There we go. And then Blink ball the stun, and no way for Gabbi to survive on that one. The torrent hits. They've got the silence on the Febby arrow coming in. That's hitting onto the Nyx
Oh,
Assassin.
nicely done.
Dyer's bottom tower
But Tim's
is under
still in
attack.
trouble. Swashbuckle forcing the leap away.
Dyer's
Which is really cool from
structures are
Natsumi.
fortified.
Obviously pretty simple. Turning off the Radiance, not showing that blink in lane. Smoke over, have a blink. I like the move from Neon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Team sitting even just about 20 minutes in.
Nyx Assassin scouting them out. He knows he's gonna get possibly a double stun.
It's one onto the Kunkka. Wraith Fire Blast to follow it up. The right clicks come through on Armel, who goes ship to try and survive. Torrent lands, gets some
Radiant's
distance,
top
doesn't
tower
have a
is under
TP to
attack.
work with. But Moonlight Shadow is there, and they don't get this kill.
It's time to go. They showed 2 heroes at the bottom of Febby.
Radiant's top
Mid,
tower.
Primal Roar, Yopaj, gets the kill. Down goes the Gyrocopter, and now they'll look for Jaunuel. Billing Swell, that'll pop on a Febby. Swashbuckle deters the side of TNC. They brought over Natsumi. Armel, Torrent, not going to do anything, and he loses his life.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
One
under
True
attack.
King has claimed his head.
Yeah, and he really is one true king right now. Picked up that shard, just needs it to be delivered, so doesn't care about the mana burn coming out from the Necro Book units.
The prize is mine.
The next 3 going Blink Dagger. Yopaj has that Ghost Scepter. We'll see if it can keep him alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Long road to the Eagle Song.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Killed?
Radiant's middle tower is
Going
under attack.
into
Okay,
that Axe.
at least he didn't have anything on the courier, was just using it to buy a point booster, so no items will be delayed.
Which could have been close, considering he just picked up 1,200 gold. Timings would have been almost pretty poor had he bought point boost. Natsumi with 1,500 gold to his name, 14 gain even in net worth. What are the options coming out?
Dire are scanning.
What are the options?
Radiant's top tower is under
What are
attack.
you looking to do with your next, say,
Radiant
5 minutes if
structures
you're
are
bold?
fortified.
Morphling just finishes Aghanim Scepter. I'd still prefer if that's like a BKB. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity, and like Aghanim Scepter turning into Spirit Breaker is okay-ish. Cast range is okay.
Radiant's
Still,
top tower has
like
fallen.
I still feel you want to be Gyro in this team fight. You know, just having that flat cannon. But
Radiant's top
yeah,
tower is
even
under
though
attack.
the game is pretty even in terms of net worth, still a bit worried for TNC. You have this Wraith King who's extremely powerful, and now they run in
Dire's
straight into
bottom
Roche
tower
Pit.
is
Oh,
under attack.
let's see if yeah, give it to Wraith King so you can farm the lane with those illusions. Radiance burn.
Arrow came in and I believe spotted it being done, right? Well, Roche walking out of pit, so TNC should be wise to this. The question is, do they come over in time to happen? Another arrow being thrown forward, that'll hit on the play.
I don't think they want to fight there. They feel
Dire's
Neon is
bottom
much
tower
stronger
is
with
under
Wraith King
attack.
being level 18.
Radiant structures
Jesus,
are
that's
fortified.
what's more?
That
Yeah, 17, not too bad. They will get the tier 2 tower.
Dire's bottom
scouting
tower
things
has
out.
fallen.
Tims, they land the dust. Natsumi, though, not quick enough with the Wraith Fire. Blast arrow missing, and it's PlayHard again, who gets bashed up by the Pangolier, or by the
Dire's
Roche.
bottom tower is under
If they
attack.
wanted to go for a split push, I think TNC could have played out this a bit better. Use Morphling and Beastmaster on the bottom lane while they're doing Roche and try to make stuff
Radiant
happen. You know,
are scanned.
Beastmaster with the aura, with the Necro units plus Morphling attack speed would be able to threaten the tower, possibly barracks if they don't TP out on time.
Neon. Roche this time. Vision lane, there's Blink, Great Fire, Blast, Swashbuckle in, Tims is gone very quickly. See dispatched by Neon, and that means no arrows being thrown across. They can go back in the road, feel a little bit safer. The question is this given enough time for TNC to have spots?
Not really, they do not want to take this fight. It's very hard for them to go in. Kunkka, even though he's third on the net worth, he still doesn't deal that much damage with this type of an item. It's more like he wants to be tanky, just survivability. Double Bracer Hood into BKB.
Dagger available on the Beastmaster. Maybe they're looking to set up. They've got Nyx Assassin spotting Gabbi, who just picked up the Manta. Charge. Over to the bottom lane of creeps. They land the stun onto Gabbi. Spike Carapace. Waiting for Gabbi to make a move. King Swell. Waveform.
Still gonna chase you down, but Morphling has a lot of attack speed. Beastmaster will get rid of that.
Use which helps them get the Rolling Thunder out onto the Morphling, who's able to use that charge and get away.
Oh, PlayHard, what a play! That was dope.
The pass.
That was
tip
such.
coming in.
He knew, like he saw the angle that he is coming from, and just TP to the mid lane, finishes him off with the swashbuckle. This just shows the level of skill that like Southeast Asia has. Not anyone else try to TP because they can't get that kill since he's magic immune.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Onto
under
this
attack.
neutral stack, and now Febby trying to leave.
He's not magic immune, he's just strong, you know, that's what I wanted to say, but whatever. And yeah, Febby.
Radiant's
On him, looking for the ulti. Primal Roar, both committed onto Debile. They're getting the kill on the Nyx Assassin. That's not entirely what you'd like to just get this thing.
Arrow. Ooh.
Forward, going back, almost spotting KP. Catch him within the trees. He's able to TP away. Yopaj, we haven't really spoken about him recently. He's got that E-Blade going into the 4-staff, picks up the regen rune. It's only level 15, keeping up with the Kunkka at the moment.
I still feel Gyrocopter provides so much more to the team fight. Like, even though there's a boat coming out from Kunkka, still, like, this E-Blade, he's the one holding that Aegis. You do not want to give it to Wraith King. Really doesn't feel like they can kill him twice unless they isolate the rest of the team. So Wraith finishes his S and Y. Tims.
Radiant's
Well,
middle tower
Tim's
is under
TP,
attack.
Natsumi in time. Great fire
I
blast.
will never bow.
The Phantom's embrace to make sure you don't leap away. And Jaunuel will get the kill on to
This
this
is
Morana.
complete and utter bullshit.
That's a good one.
Level 25 more. Some of the lines, like, are just too good.
Radiant's
Like,
top tower
I
is
don't think
under
we
attack.
appreciate enough the voice lines of Dota compared to the other games. Like, Dota is just way too superior. And the, you know, thing that heroes say, bullshit, dum-dum, whatever, just makes Dota such a beautiful game. Morphling it is in.
Radiant's
Five
top tower
with
is
Beal.
under attack.
Lands a stun, but just dead to rights, only extending the inevitable.
Radiant's top tower
This is
fallen.
still a lot of heroes coming down on an Nyx Assassin, where Natsumi's just farming. He's sitting way ahead of the net worth now. Like, they haven't really done anything to stop this Wraith game.
Dire's middle tower is under
You
attack.
can't really stop him now.
Dire
Mana burn doesn't
structures
work
are
against them. Aghanim Shard already consumed. Cloak of Flames also picked up. Like, this item feels really, really strong. Some magic resist, armor, 45 damage per second, like on top of Radiance. So that's a lot of overtime damage. Rating for now just decides to keep Orb of Distraction, which, you know, is a much better choice for him, of course. But yeah, Mango holding up the Cloak of Flames at the moment.
RGs. Oh, looked like they were both gonna come in. Now that is a scary sound. The double roar from Spirit Breaker. They find it is the Phantom's increase. It's not even that cold. It's a warm, cozy sunrise. Just right on top of the Morphling. No way
Dire's
for
bottom
Gabbi to
tower
get out.
is under attack.
Scary sound when he morphs
Radiant's middle
into
tower
Spirit
is under
Breaker,
attack.
even more scarier sound when he dies. So yeah, seems like an easy tier 2 tower on a mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I like that. He's going towards
Radiant's
AC. I
courier
saw
has been killed.
Abyssal Blade
Radiant's
being queued
middle
up
tower has
at
fallen.
first, but yeah, he changed his mind. Like even more tower damage combined with the Orb of Destruction.
Dire
It's just
are
gonna feel
scanning.
good.
Natsumi going onto the high ground, looking
Radiant
at this tier
structures
3.
are fortified.
Many options without a Morphling. And immediately going to the TP down towards the bottom as they want to go after the hero. Spirit Missiles with the call down in. Take out this Beastmaster. And just the Spirit Breaker will retreat successfully. While this is happening, Debile,
Not so
10
safe
seconds
harbor,
into
eh?
stun. Immediately on Armel. Nobody else is here just yet. Tims is looking over.
He's
Charge
using
coming
that
out.
Carapace. Kunkka holding on to Cloak of Flames. Easy to set up a Carapace stun with.
Maybe he's charging in, PlayHard moving forward. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. Swashbuckle hits through the intel from Debile. Stroke of Fate lands, Febby gone. And back Mid onto the high ground again. Felt like they were just here and backed off to their own tier 3 bottom, but the gap again on top of the high ground and broken.
That's full AC plus Orb of Destruction, minus 9 armor on the buildings, not too bad. So next Roche may respawn in a minute and 40 seconds. Like Neon, seems like they're in full control of this game. TNC, after the good lane stage that they had, Morphling, like you don't really feel the impact of the hero because of the item builder. Getting that Aghanim Scepter, yeah, it's all cool, you know, but it doesn't provide you with survivability. There's a ton of magical damage still. Not going for a BKB is a mistake here.
What was the thought process behind it's going
Like,
into the ice?
yeah, we'll just run it then, you know. I'm having such a free time. We get a couple of kills. I'm gonna turn that Aghanim Scepter into BKB easily. You know, let's see what they can turn this one into.
Yeah, they will catch the Morphling. They've got the call down. Swell, that's about to pop.
He's not
stun on the Morphling. They get the kill to Gabbi. They will go over the Spirit Breaker.
Charge is not going to be available for him to get out as the Rolling Thunder comes in from PlayHard, knocks him up into the air, falls to his death. BKB, TP from Armel, that 10-second BKB. The homing missile is enough to make him use it to get out.
Natsumi just having a completely free game. Falling back to jungle, understanding I do not want to fight with the team. My job is just to hit creeps until I get the Radiance. First showing with the Radiance, they get like 4 kills even though they had to use 2 buybacks. And now this is another free set of barracks. It's not going to be contested. They don't have the heroes that can actually deal the damage. And Beastmaster will fall. So yeah, TNC falling apart here.
Yeah, they lose the Beastmaster. Dead for 60 does finally have buyback back up. They get themselves both racks up top, finish off the mid-range racks. So sets are gone, mid and top, and they're looking towards the tier 3 bottom to potentially put TNC on Megas
Straight to the
really
bottom
on
with you.
notice. This is a tough one, 11k behind. And I'm looking for outs for TNC, but we
Now there's, you know, always there is one way out, the easy one. Shift enter, GG enter, that's your way out.
I was hoping
You thought I was gonna say something smart? Nah, it's tough one. Neon, full control of this game. Roshan will respawn in a minute. Just wait for that, get the G's, get the Aegis. Like you can literally feel like this next fight could potentially be 8 versus 5, but yeah, Neon seems like they want to close out this game instead.
they're going to put the pressure on over bottom while, boy, these heroes are top for
Radiant bottom tower
TNC.
is under attack.
Allies disappear.
Natsumi obviously leading the charge. Has he had to reincarnate yet? I don't
Nope.
think so. He's only died once, and that was up for his top early on into the game.
I think it's time to fall back. Like they can still deal with the Wraith King because there's no BKB, and if he's just pushing like that, could be a bit problematic. There's no reason to rush things here. Roche is a much safer choice, but yeah, you know, watching some of these Southeast Asian teams play, when they are ahead, they just want to close it out.
Arrow hit, snaps on a Natsumi. They got the swell, call down to protect. They attack, but they also protect. And well, that's what they're going to do to keep Natsumi alive. Still holding on to that reincarnation. I'm not sure they could get the second life unless everything really falls apart from you.
Dire are scanning.
You're to give him an Aegis
Step
too.
lively now. Your
You had
admiral
to
is
kill
on
him 3
board.
times. That's thing either.
So now they are inside a pit. Like you give Aegis,
Radiant are
pure
scanning.
Gyrocopter. Eon disc already completed on Gyro, so it's like the first jump is not gonna be available. Also building one. They just want to survive through the initial stun. Oh, Febby.
He was stuck. Something's happening, but he was stuck. The Lincoln is popped in the kill. He's gone. The Aegis now into the hands of Natsumi. Like I said, killing him once, maybe. Killing him twice, probable. 3 times, impossible.
Gyro feels secure because of that Eon disc that he built. Does not feel like he needs the Aegis, and they can slow push with the Aegis on Wraith King. I hear a BKB.
BKB that was, BKB that was used pretty defensively.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Catching
under
these heroes
attack.
a little bit too far out in the lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Comes in, Natsumi still trying to get to tier 3, the Glib. Longer available. Field just waiting over on the side. They'll send a Hawk out. Now they've got the charge. That'll be Natsumi in the air. And the swell and will be stunned. Wraith King, but is it enough? It's so down the Mirana onto Gabbi, who pops the BKB. They get the turn to Jaunuel. They're going to take a Grimstroke. Who's going to buy back? Now the Baby comes in. That's going to land on the Yopaj, who has his hand just popped immediately. Charge all the way to the back lines into the field. But is it enough damage? Charge coming out from this Morphling, but there's the Mules in the air. Wait on it, Gabbi. Yes, they can. Febby's got Mules dead. Buyback used by the Spirit Breaker as well as the Nyx Assassin. So both those heroes that just ended up dying are back into the life of the world again.
Neon wants to end this one. You can see the buyback coming out from Nyx Assassin. They're ready to go. There is no glyph available. Wraith King also wants to have reincarnation, smoke up. Time to go in.
Reincarnation back up, smoke used, no tier 3 standing, just the racks are standing between Neon and Mega Creeps going the opposite direction. Their base to the side of the TNC. Popped on the X12, but won't catch anybody. They also use that call down. So, Natsumi arrow not landing, only hits a siege creep. Natsumi's still going to stand forward. They really don't have any answers for this. Barely able to kill him once. He's got reincarnation back available once again. The charge comes out. Natsumi low once again. But Armel has got to be able to get second time to get 76 seconds without buyback. Also taking the Grimstroke to go out back arrow here in this fight as well. But BKB's been popped around the horn. They got the dash to take it from Febby. He's got the 72 seconds. Armel is bought back. The ghost will be thrown. But now Natsumi still leading the charge. Got the homing missile thrown over onto the Kunkka as Mirana just makes it out with a little bit of arrow. Well hit. Arrow hits. Buyback immediately. Natsumi can get the kill while his reincarnation is down. They've got 15 seconds to do so. Gabbi pops the mansion. Natsumi moving forward. His shield force is going to blow. They get the kill to change the filthy equal over on Gabbi.
Life stealing off the
Push him
creeps.
back.
Radiant's bottom
And this is going to be Megas.
Melee racks are gone, range racks too. Mega Creeps pushing forward, and now into the fire blast. They look over Armel. Reincarnation was back up, so he's going to reincarnate, still holding on to the edge. The tier 4s are gone. They're not focusing on the
Your
trying to take out
fate
this
is on.
Wraith King, which is absolutely impossible. And Neon, they are going to upset TNC. There's not much that they can do or say about it except for GG. The throne is low, the throne is gone, and Neon have proven themselves here up against TNC, taking the series 2-1.
Man, Neon Esports, what a showing so far in the DPC League.
Yep, 3-0 now, and a big victory under their